Hello everyone, welcome back to St. Louis Billikens Dynasty. We're on a bit of a turnaround here in the season. We started off horrifically bad. I think we were like 2-6 probably. We just horrific loss after horrific loss. But we've won 2 in a row now. We've started to turn things around. We're now 4-6 on the season. And we're into the last 2 games of the 2025 season. We're going to finish off our home schedule with our senior night against Miami, Ohio. They just absolutely obliterated us last year. They ran up the score. It was a very ugly game. So we're looking for a bit of payback this year. And then we'll go on the road for a night game in Toledo to finish off the year. If we win these last 2 games, we will be bowl eligible. And that would be huge just to get program tradition up, get our coach prestige up. So kind of need to win these last 2 games. But Miami, Ohio is also our senior night, so we will be saying goodbye to our seniors. Let's go through and look at them. This is a must-win game. This isn't like last year where we had nothing to play for, so I just kind of put all our seniors in to let them have a good send-off. So we kind of need to have our best players still on the field. But if the score isn't close in the end, I might think about putting some people in. But yeah, someone like Sean Bartlett, our senior quarterback, who came up clutch for us last year, really didn't do much for us this year when he had his like 4 or 5 game stretch of starting. But yeah, not really in the mood to start him. We kind of need to win this game, and Vince Trinidad gives us the best chance of doing that. But yeah, Sean Bartlett, good player for us in flashes, so we will miss him, maybe. And then the biggest miss will definitely be Lonnie Dunbar. He will be playing his last home game, as well as Cameron Perkins. Perkins kind of took a back seat to Dunbar. Unluckily, they were in the same school year, or else they would have been a great 1-2 punch, and then Perkins could have had broken out after. But Dunbar took most of the workload, and he definitely was the bell cow for us. He really led us through some tough stretches with his play, and I'm pretty sure he's the highest rated player on this team, and for good reason. So those 2 will definitely be missed, and we don't really know how we're going to replace them at this point. So yeah, they're going to be a tough loss. We'll be losing our fullback, Jackson Gregory. Came in the I formation when we were running with Cameron Teague, and I guess he laid a few good blocks. Hasn't really done much else. At the wide receiver core, we're only losing 1 senior, and that's Leon Golden. Been a very inconsistent player for us, for sure. He had his flashes. He is a star dev, but didn't really improve as much as I hoped he would. And only 87 speed. He wasn't anything crazy. He had one really good game I remember this year. I think it was the Buffalo game. He just kind of stole the show in the 4th quarter. And I guess that's how we'll remember him, by that Buffalo game. But other than that, yeah, really inconsistent player. But I mean, good enough quality. He worked hard for this team when we were in the dumps. So yeah, he will be missed. And then we'll be losing Lester Walters. Left end, really picked it up this last part of the year, finally starting to get pressure, and he's been a big part of that. So we have some good players in the wings, but still a good player for us. Hugo Watkins, I don't think ever saw the field. He might be someone I put in late if we're comfortably in the lead. But yeah, I don't think he ever saw the field. He was behind Zach Waters, I guess. And then D-tackle Van Eaton. He was second behind Alexander Arnold, but he was our starter last year. I moved them since they're the same rating. I just put Van Eaton up for his senior night. And then Maurice Hester, going to be a big loss. He has quick jump ability off the edge, 76 overall. He was probably our lead sacker last year, I want to say, as well as probably this year. He's been a great player getting to the quarterback. He's been probably the only player that regularly can. Yeah, that quick jump ability is going to be hard to replace. And at middle linebacker, we're again losing our leader, Jeffrey Reynolds. We lost our leader last year, and now this year, he was really the heart and soul of our run defense and made some great plays in the passing game as well when he needed to. And we'll need Elijah Greenwood to really step up next year and to replace him. And then we'll be losing Terry Poole, the slowest man on earth, as I've affectionately named him. Only 83 speed, but he will pick off anything that gets thrown his way. I don't know how he does it, but he has like 6 picks in the last 3 games. And, I mean, at the beginning of the year, I would have said I will not miss Terry Poole at all, but he's really played his way into my heart, so will be missed. And then Renee Franklin, our starting free safety, he had several good games scattered over his 2-year career with the Billikens. He's probably our second most person with picks. He would just pick off so many passes. But other than that, I mean, not really much. And then last but not least, our punter, Matthew York. Our kickoff guy, it was just always putting it out of the back of the end zone. Never really had to worry about returns. And yeah, it'll be tough to replace someone with 93 kick power. I don't know what we're going to do. That will be your senior class. And we will be taking on Miami, Ohio for our last home game of this season. And we got to make sure it's a win, because we do have a recruit in attendance, as I'm just now remembering. I don't think it really matters too much, because the recruitment really seems like it might be done and dusted, but I've got him scheduled anyway, so we might as well mention it. Center, Ronald Dole, pass protector from West Lafayette, Indiana. We were in a neck-and-neck race with Ball State, but in the last week, they've removed all points out of him. So I thought this week visit would be crucial, but it's looking like it may not matter too much, as they've just completely drawn out of the race. But I mean, he is coming to town, and if we lose, we will lose influence with him. So we might as well make sure this is a win, because we definitely need people to start committing. We are in week 13, and we do not have a single commit yet. It's just been a slow slog, a slow crawl, but just trying to get people across the finish line. And I think we're very, very close, but I'd much prefer to get stuff wrapped up before the off season, so then we can put points towards transfers and not have to worry about wrapping up high school people that have just taken the whole season to finish up. All right, Matthew York, our senior punter, will kick it off for his last home game, and once again just drills it way too deep to return. It's gonna be tough if we have to constantly deal with returns on kickoffs, because I don't know if we have the tackling quality to really hawk down some returners. So we'll have to deal with that next year, but right now we got to pull out a win. Color rush game, apparently. I don't know. I didn't set that, but Miami's come out in their reds. We'll be in the blues. Looks pretty nice, actually. It definitely doesn't clash. The fact that we all have white helmets and white pants too does look pretty nice. We are rocking our throwbacks, of course, for senior night. And we got to play good in them. Didn't win them last year, but we finally won a game in our blackouts. Maybe this is the year that we start breaking these uniform curses. But Miami, Ohio is at midfield, and we just let the quarterback go by. Haven't really had a negative play so far on offense. We need to step up here. Can't let them march down the field. There we go. That's good enough. Stop for no gain. All right, 3rd and 2. This is the last stop we can get before they're in field goal position. So need to come up with a stop here. Shoot the hole. Yes, we can. We bring them down. And yeah, they'll have to punt from their own 30, from our 38. They're very, very deep to be punting, but 4th and 4, that's a little risky to go for. We just gotta hope this isn't a good punt. And it's actually the best punt I've ever seen in my life. We'll be starting at the 2-yard line. All right, we cannot get a safety here. That would be a brutal start to this game. And it looks like we will just barely get out. They were in the backfield in a hurry. This is not good. Oh boy. Dunbar had to fight to just get out of the end zone. And I don't know how he was back there so fast, but we'll have to run it again on our own 1-yard line, 2nd and 12. And that's a little bit better. 3rd and 5. We can probably throw now. Here's Dunbar wide open on the sideline. The wheel came open. That's a huge first down. We would have had to punt if we didn't pick that up, and they would have gotten it around the 50. They would have had great field position, but just barely able to get out of our end zone, and now we're working down the field. And they're blitzing the hell out of us right now. Drags wide open. Here's Carroll Stafford. He'll rumble down to the 47. That's a big pickup. Broken tackle for Vince Trinidad, and he's got space. Tried to slide, didn't do it. But that's another 15-yard gain, and there's some extracurriculars out on the field. We did not forget them running up the score last year, and we're going to give it back to them, hopefully. Yeah, they were kind of reading the read option there. Had a guy crash down on the quarterback and the running back, but Vince Trinidad able to shrug off the tackle. And he almost juked 3 guys out of their shoes there. That would have been impressive, but only a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Lonnie Dunbar gets us to the 27, 3rd and 2. And Lonnie Dunbar drives his way over the line. Ran one man over, the second guy came in to help, but had just enough to get across. Now let's try getting crazy. All right, worked decently enough. Thought it was going to be a horrible play. Would have been nice if Vince Trinidad could pick up a block, but Oscar Choi managed to get something out of nothing there, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. 0-0 is your score. Yeah, just 2 pretty methodical offenses. Pretty equal on time of possession, but yeah, just not really any chunk plays on either one of these drives. Just couple yards at a time, just work your way downfield. And that's working for both teams. Well, maybe not, because no one scored. But it's working for us. We're down into goal-to-goal situation here from the 9. And we need 6 here, for sure. And Dunbar blocked the wrong guy. Or probably would have had a touchdown. We only get 3. Johnny Dunbar, fake jet sweep, and he runs it right up the middle. We split the Red Sea and get right into the blue of the end zone. Lonnie Dunbar, in his senior night, has yet another touchdown. And that's what he does best, getting into the end zone. He's been a shining light whenever we've needed it. He's been the one bright spot a lot of these 2 years. And yeah, he will be very, very sorely missed. But he's trying to cap off his home career with a win. And a touchdown puts us right on top. 95-yard drive. We started from the 2 pretty much. So I don't know how that's a 95-yard drive. It should be 98. And swallowed up. Through a 5-man rush, able to get home. As Jeffrey Reynolds with the TFL in his senior night game, just continues to make plays. Just wide open on that one, though. I don't know where the flat defender was. 1st and 10. And Jeffrey Reynolds just stands there and lets him go by him. All right. That's a brilliant throw. Terry Poole has been cooked. That's an immediate Miami, Ohio answer. The Redbirds are on the board. Are they the Redbirds? I think they're the Red Hawks. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Yeah, they are the Red Hawks. Cam Perry. We were in man down the field with a blitz. No safety help over the top, and the slowest man on earth. Showing you why I call him that. He was not even in the frame. Had no chance of catching him. And that's unfortunate. We blitzed, hoping we could get home, but no one could get pressure on the quarterback. He stood there, waited for someone to get open, delivered a nice throw, and it's a tie game. Can we get that in there? That's a great catch from Mason Williams. Had to just really lob it up to get it over the defender that was behind him. And he made a nice leaping catch to get a hold of that. He kind of wants to transfer right now, which I don't like. I don't think we have enough throwing yards for his like. We've moved to more of a ground-based game because it's working for us. And Vince Trinidad just can't get the edge. Had a potential for a big play, but just couldn't get around him. It'll be 2nd and 9. There's Leon Golden, the senior. His first catch of the day, I'm pretty sure. And he gets his senior night off with a first down. Takes us down to the 49. Acevedo. Again, Dunbar doesn't know who to block. He blocks the wrong guy. We're just so close on these jet sweeps, but we keep blocking the wrong people. I don't get it. I'm not holding the sprint button either. That's a known glitch. They just ignore blocks if you hold the right trigger to sprint. Didn't hold it that time, and still just completely whiffed on it. And it'll be 3rd and inches here. Dunbar up the middle. He's got more. About an 8-9 yard gain when we only needed a few inches. Just holes open for Lonnie Dunbar. 2-minute warning here. Yeah, this game is very, very slow. There's a lot of clock getting drained off. That's been the calling card of the last couple games. Bit of a bad throw, but Dunbar able to turn and make that catch. Just had to get it away from that lurking linebacker there on the sideline. Kind of a weird throw and just had pressure in the face. Didn't end up on target for the tight end. I don't know if that was Mason Williams or Carroll Stafford. I think it was Williams. And it'll bring up 3rd and 3. I like the speed out from Acevedo. We do have outside leverage, but could work out. That's a great ball. They were all over him on the speed out, and Trinidad had to really fit that in there to get it around him, but luckily just over the defender's shoulder pretty much, didn't turn. Can we make this throw? That's a crazy throw. Luckily out of bounds instead of picked. Just can't be doing crazy things with Vince Trinidad's arm. He's not a really big thrower on the run. Not very accurate downfield. And it's just a recipe for disaster. Oscar Choi wins over the top. And that's right in the bucket from Vince Trinidad. No safety help over the top. Oscar Choi will make you pay. Touchdown, Billikens. Yeah, Oscar Choi just one clean out of the slot on a streak. Had no safety help over the top. No one lurking in the end zone. And yeah, we'll burn that. If you want to play everyone near the box, we'll take some shots downfield when you least expect it. 14-7, and Miami, Ohio will have 1:30 left to respond. We will get the ball to start the second half for the first time in I feel like forever. So we don't have to worry about them doubling up on us, but definitely want to stop from our defense here, as we do on every single drive. You never want to not get a stop, but especially now. We want to hold this lead, get to halftime, and then have a chance to get a 2-score lead. Check down. Is that a roughing the passer call? How many times are we going to have roughing the passer called on us? Like, it's never been called except for the last 2 games. And they called it like 4 times in a row last game against Bowling Green. I don't know what these MAC refs are looking at. They're a little bit of home cooking here for Miami, Ohio. I mean, that's the best completion you can ask for, pretty much. Not really much danger. Did get the first down, but they're gonna go deep. That looks covered, and that's intercepted in the end zone by Mills. They went deep, and we made them pay, and we are trash talking them off the field. Buddy, your quarterback just threw a duck. I don't want to hear you talking any sort of shit. We will take that right up and say thank you very much. Some bad blood on the field right now. Dakota Mills was all over the receiver. I don't know what the quarterback saw. Just threw up a prayer hoping for a jump ball, and we jumped up and got it instead. Now we got a minute to get down the field and put points up on the board before half. Dunbar can't really get anywhere. Yeah, Dunbar is good at finding holes through the interior, but he can't really make anyone miss in the open field. He has no really one-on-one moves. Just keep going at him, though. They're not going to cover him. And we're down to the 40 in no time at all. We're making good progress here. Still got all 3 timeouts as well, so time not an issue. Can that get there? That's a good throw and catch for Oscar Choi. Gain of 9. And Mason Williams can't hold on to the ball. I didn't see the second guy. I thought he had just beat his man, but there was a second guy lurking that delivered the hit. And 3rd and 1. LG Young Jr. makes the catch, first down. No, let's just call it timeout. 30 seconds left. Now, actually, that was a bad call. The clock stops. We had time to go no huddle and get a play off, but went no huddle instead. I mean, no. I tried to go no huddle, then called timeout, but probably should have just went no huddle. Wasted a timeout there. Vince Trinidad, can he get on the move? Turns upfield, gets outside, gain a 9.5 pretty much. Now we can take a shot down the field on 2nd and inches, try to get into the end zone. And except we're sacked. All right. Did not see that coming. I was looking at the post the whole way, looking for a shot to the end zone, but no. My senior left tackle, who's actually a right tackle, just got completely cooked. He just went around him like he was not even there. All right. 3rd and 9. This promising drive's kind of screeching to a halt here. Still got time, though. Lofting it up deep. Leon Golden can't basket catch it. Do we punt here from our own 47? I think you have to. 4th and 9. What are the odds you complete that? And then that gives them, they'll only have to go 20 yards in 10 seconds to get a field goal. Yeah, would have loved to score there, but just got blitzed for a sack when my left tackle just didn't even want to block. That's unfortunate. If it was closer, I would definitely go for it, but can't risk a turnover and giving them short field to get a field goal. It's a huge bounce, and they will just kneel it out unless they fake it, but they don't. All right, that's the end of the first half. We're up 14-7. Yeah, just unfortunate we couldn't score off the turnover. That would have really put the game in. We really would have had a stranglehold on the game. We would have been up 21-7, and then we'd be getting the ball to start the second half. Could have been 28-7 before you know it, but fortunately got sacked trying to go deep on 2nd and inches. And then went deep again on 3rd and 9. But yeah, just the one breakdown for their touchdown. But yeah, I feel really good about our game so far. As we have been playing the last couple weeks, just playing good football, just simple, making good plays when they're there, not trying to do anything too crazy. We just need to keep it going. And I don't know if I can run read option anymore. They're looking for it. This will be a handoff to Cameron Perkins, his first touch of his senior night, and he gets us 5 back. 3rd and 8. They got a double mug look. They might blitz. They do not. Mason Williams, can we fit that in there? And he drops the ball. Why are you on the team? He cannot catch anything through contact. Tight end, like that, isn't that what tight ends do? You're physical, you fight through contact to make catches. I mean, he wants to transfer because we don't pass enough, but you're dropping balls, dude, so yeah, that's unfortunate. We've blown 2 opportunities to take strangleholds on this game. We're letting Miami stay in this game, and that's probably a recipe for disaster. It's a good hand from Warren Barron. He was all over that. Threw a bullet when he needed more of loft on it. Put it right in the wingspan of Warren Barron. He said no. There's going to be a draw play, and that's swallowed up by Van Eaton. Before he could get anywhere, he had all sorts of daylight, but the D tackle was able to disengage and get a hand on him. 3rd and 8. Yeah, that's just a great throw. Play action. Oh my goodness. Go for the ball, Mills. That's a touchdown for Miami. Should have been picked. But, I mean, I usered onto him. I pressed the catch button, and he just didn't even move. We've let Miami back into the game. That's frustrating. I mean, look, he threw it right into the path of Dakota Mills. And you just watched it go over his head. That's rough. I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was lost. But 14-all now. We kind of need a score here. Too many punts. We need points. We're back to me getting sacked right as I throw the ball. We're just a half a second too late in blocking these people. All right, 3rd and 5. 3rd and manageable. And Mason Williams holds on that time. I got scared throwing it to him, but he was the best option. Luckily, held on through the arm tackle. Tried to punch it out, but we get the 1st down. Yeah, that was a risky throw. Lonnie Dunbar gets the pitch, and he's got all sorts of room. Thought about bouncing it outside, but wanted the guaranteed yards up the middle. 1st down. Kind of moving up to midfield now. Counter. Lonnie Dunbar can't really break free. 2nd man had to come bring him down. That's a 3-yard gain. Where was that defender going? He was lost. Someone get him a map. Look, he watches Lonnie Dunbar catch the ball. And then where does he go? He just... Where is he going? He ran... Where did he go? I don't know. He forgot his laundry, I guess. I don't know. But we'll take it. It would have been a loss if he stayed in to make that tackle. But now it's 3rd and 3. Just barely enough. And he's got the 1st down. That was risky. Very risky going to read option this stage of the game. They're all over it, but just enough speed to get around the edge. And we got the 1st down. Now here's Dunbar. Wow, makes a man move with the stutter step. I mean, we're flirting with fire here with these kind of plays. Getting scary out here, but it's working for us, I guess. Another run. 1st down. And Dunbar checks out of the game. He was pretty gassed. We'll see Ty Hardy get a snap. Not much. Still manages to get 4. They've got the strongest safety at the line. Can we punish that with Tyree Robinson? Maybe we can. Can we get it to the back pylon? No, he's just out of bounds. That's another senior, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I mentioned him in the pregame. Yeah, I mentioned Leon Golden, our senior wide receiver, but we also have Ty Robinson. He was a senior transfer pickup last offseason, so we only get him for 1 year. Hasn't really made the impact I hoped he would. Yeah, just a pretty unremarkable season. I don't really remember any highlights from him, but yeah, just I guess a tough season all around in the passing game. I brought him in to maybe be a deep kind of threat, but he only has 88 speed, which is disappointing. Acevedo's had a way bigger impact. Couldn't come up down with it there in the end zone. Just had his foot out of bounds on a good throw from Mr. Trinidad. Maybe too far out of bounds, but led it away from the safety. And we got a 1st down there, courtesy of LJ Young Jr. He'll have a way bigger role next year. He's developing nicely for us. We got him for a couple more years, I think. And we won't get the snap off before the end of the 3rd quarter. But 14-14. A lot on the line here. Bowl eligibility is on the line. We got a center recruit in attendance, fighting with Ball State for his signature. And then, of course, there's bad blood between these two teams. And they have been back and forth yelling at each other all game long. And like, we need the bragging rights. We need to get revenge. Here's Vince Trinidad. Can he get up the middle? Yes, he does. He has enough speed to fall over the end zone. And Vince Trinidad has a touchdown. Hits the Heisman. I don't know about that one, bud. But he's feeling good. We're up by 7. And now our defense needs to make a stop. That's the bottom line. Our offense did their part. Now we need an answer from the other side of the ball. I don't think Bartlett's going to see the field. Just saw him there holding kicks. But, yeah, this game's way too close. And Vince Trinidad is playing way too well. Can't justify putting him in there. Unfortunate, but he kind of had a senior night send-off last year. I said this is basically going to be his senior night as well, since we'll be having Vince Trinidad on the team next year. 2nd and 8. Dump it off. And just whiffed on it. All right. Yeah, I have a switching on problem. I had one guy and I switched on to the other guy, so they just both missed. I don't know why I did that. Downfield, and that's intercepted by Terry Poole. He's got another one. He cannot stop getting picks. He's showing out on his senior night. He's got another one. He got burnt on the earlier touchdown, but he kept pace somehow on that one. The quarterback just gripped it and ripped it. Thought Terry Poole would be left in the dust, but he was there stride for stride, and he just basket caught it like it was intended for him. Terry Poole, the senior. We're gonna surprisingly miss him next year. Like he was in phase. He was running the route with him, and just couldn't fit it in that tight window. Terry Poole takes it away. That's the stop we needed. Now we need a long drive from our offense to put this game away. That was a mistake. I'm too greedy. I have to hand it off there. 3rd and 12. Not what we wanted to see after the takeaway, but that's going to be a pick. Yep. I needed to lift that, and that's going to be a pick 6. Well, we've given it right back, and they've just got a touchdown right then and there. Didn't know where to go with the ball. Panicked. I've been good at limiting mistakes, but that was a big one. Just ripped it right at the lurking linebacker. And they've tied the game up with a defensive touchdown. Yeah, I guess this was the best shot, but he looks so covered right here. I didn't really want to go. I didn't really look back his way. Then I saw this. I didn't really see this guy. I guess if I kind of... No, there was no chance. I just gripped it and ripped it when I shouldn't have. Gotta just throw it away at some point and live to play another down. But instead, we've given up the tying touchdown and didn't make them work for it. 21 all. Man, I'm starting to not see the field all of a sudden. This is not good. We need to get some yards back here. 2nd and 10. And they're starting to step it up here on defense. This is scary. We can't really punt the ball back here. They might score. But can't really go for it on 4th down this deep in our own territory. We just got to get a first down here. That's the bottom line. Mason Williams looks open. Can we get it out there? Yes, he can. No, he dropped it. How many drops is this dude going to have? This guy is awful. Like, he wasn't even close to swatting that out. How is that dropped? It wasn't a bad throw. It was a blue bar, so it's just perfectly in the hands. And he just drops it from an arm tackle. He didn't even grab his arms. The dude just wraps his waist, and he loses grip on it. Like, this guy is so unbelievably bad. I want to bench him for that. He's had 4 drops already in this game. Yeah, Mason Williams has 3 drops already. Everyone else has none. He is just having a stinker. And they've all been 3rd down drops too, pretty much. Just right when the CPU needed a drop, they got it. So not just an unforced error by our star tight end, and I really want to bench him for that. Can I put Carroll Stafford out there? Am I crazy for doing that? Mason Williams has 80 for catching. Stafford has 80. He's just a way better route runner. That's the problem. He gets open. There's no catch in traffic, I guess, for Mason Williams. Ugh. I mean, I guess I got to keep him in there. But I'm not happy. That it was just, like, that was the worst drop I've ever seen. Like, he had it, and the guy just touched him, and he just coughed it up. It would have been better if it, like, he reached in and punched it out. Okay, that's fine. But no, he wrapped him up around the waist, and he just dropped it. And they somehow get 3 yards out of that. That's just a unforced throwaway. All right, 3rd and 7. Gonna be a draw, and we wrap up, thankfully. He broke 1 tackle, but there was a second guy there. And luckily, the drop doesn't hurt us. They will punt it back. And only 3 minutes left in the game. This is getting to crunch time here. We cannot afford to punt the ball back, or we may not see it again. That's a good return from Acevedo. Forced his way through a couple tackles. And we need to get back to the basics. Too many fancy throw plays on early downs. We need to start getting yards on 1st down. That's a good start. Is that a hold? Dude, what? My team is falling apart. It's 1st and 20. So many unforced errors that we're just falling apart. Was a great start to the drive, and now we got to go 20 yards. Get out. Thank you. Got a lot of space, though, with Dunbar. And that's how you get it all right back. 2nd and 2 was better than our original play, I think. So luckily, make up for that unforced error by our center. And 1 more snap before the 2-minute warning. Cameron Perkins into the game. He's got the first. And 2 minutes left. We have to make this the last drive of the game, no matter what. Dunbar had a great speed boost, only gets 4 though. And we do not need to go no huddle. We need time off the clock. We'll go back to Mason Williams. He catches that, doesn't have enough speed to get away. It's only a 2-yard gain. All right, 3rd and 4. This is the game right here. Nathan Acevedo underneath. No one covered him. And it's looking pretty good for us right now. We might even consider running the ball. Almost a field goal range. Got 1:30 to kill. I think Vince Trinidad will just take it himself. He's got a lot of room, and he'll slide in bounds. Forces Miami to take their first timeout. He's doing it all today. Had a bad pick again, but that one was user error. The one last week, that was just horrific. That was also a user error. I should not have thrown that ball at all, but this is a horrific throw too. Lonnie Dunbar somehow escapes the scrum. He's just sneaky in there. He'll just disappear through holes. Miami, Ohio has taken their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 remaining, and we're 1 yard away from the 1st down. And that'll probably end the game. 3rd and inches. That's Miami's last timeout. And we just have to run it 1 more time up the middle. They're loading it up, but we get it. And that'll most likely be the game. All right, we just got to line up this field goal. Can't score here. We need to chew more clock off. Can't score. Okay, thank you. I thought he was going to fight his way in. But yeah, we'll let this tick down all the way to 1 second. All right, there we are. 1 second left. We just need to drill what it amounts to an extra point, and they will line up, and I don't even know what this formation is. They do not want to block this kick, apparently. Merriman for the win against Miami, Ohio. for our senior night. Right down the middle. St. Louis Billikens have avenged the shellacking from last year. We have beaten Miami, Ohio. We are 5-6, and we are 1 game away from bowl eligibility. What a season for this team. We were so down and out. It was hopeless. But 3 straight wins. Can't argue with that. And Lonnie Dunbar on his senior night is your player of the game. 20 run rushes, 100 yards. Not most efficient, but he was steady. He got us the yards we needed on the downs we needed. He also had some yards to the air that weren't included in that stat. And the seniors will sing to the student section one last time. 24-21. That was a good win. That was a great win. Defense made plays when they needed to. Offense made plays when they needed to. And wasn't pretty at times. And it was close, but just had barely enough to pull through. Vince Trinidad, another game where he didn't do much through the air, but most of it came through the ground. He had close to 200 yards this time, though. Usually he's only around like 130. This time he had almost 200. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then on the ground, Lonnie Dunbar had the most with 100. Vince Trinidad had 58. Perkins only had 8 on his senior night. Ty Hardy had 1 carry for 4. And then receiving, Lonnie Dunbar led on the in the air as well. He's just been a dual threat guy for us his entire career. He has steady hands. He has 82 catching for a halfback. That's pretty good. No touchdowns though. Oscar Choi had the 1 passing touchdown on a streak up the middle with no safety help. 1 sack given up by Kalen Franklin. That was just a horrific play. But I mean, a few pressures for sure, but otherwise not much to complain about from the O-line. And then on defense, Randy Richards led the way with 5 tackles, tied with Renee Franklin, the senior. He had a great game. Jeffrey Reynolds had 3 in his last home game. Just a lot of 1 TFLs, no one really standing out. No sacks this game, unfortunately. Terry Poole and Dakota Mills had the 2 picks. And then no forced fumbles. Yeah, not the most flashy of games, but we did enough. 5-6. Did not think I'd see that kind of record. We are 1 away from bowl eligibility, 1 away from 500. And yeah, just with the way we'd been losing games, didn't think it would be possible, but what a turnaround for the Billikens. Mason Williams still at risk of transfer. He does not like our playing style, but with the amount of drops he had last game, he can transfer. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not like a game breaker. And then for recruiting, we do have a commit. Ronald Dole has committed to the Billikens finally. He came to a visit, liked what he saw, and committed immediately after. And that is our first commit of the year. It is week 14. We finally got one. But I am seeing bad news down the line here. We've lost Joey Riggs. Was he also visiting this today? No, he visited last week on the bye week. But we just lost out on him to Ball State. Once again, we lose out on someone to Ball State. That is a tough loss. I don't really know what kind of free safety we'll be able to pivot to. There's not really many safeties on the board in the first place, and it's very, very late in the season. Not very many in the transfer portal either. We might be screwed. But yeah, it's a tough loss. And then Eric Mendoza, the 5-star. We had a great visit with him, but unfortunately just could not keep up. Got passed by Georgia in the end as well, but just ended up committing to NC State. Wanted to stay close to home in North Carolina. And yeah, recruiting 4 and 5 stars is very hard in this game. They do not make it easy. If you're a low-level school, you just have so many disadvantages. I mean, that's how it should be. It should be hard to recruit a 4 and a 5-star as a 1-star prestige school. Like, why would a 4-star or a 5-star want to come to St. Louis University instead of like a Georgia that's also recruiting them at the same time? You'd pick the Georgia every single time. So yeah, it's understandably difficult, but we tried we tried to pull off some recruitments that were long shots, and unfortunately this did not work out. We did not get any of the 4-star, 5-stars that we put on our board at the beginning of the year, and we were leading for a lot of the year. But once that top 5 fit and the big teams were able to hard sell their good grades and we weren't able to, that's just really when they pulled away. So yeah, it's unlucky that we lost both of them. I guess Robbie Seitz is our backup plan at running back. He was only like a C+ playing time when the 5-star was on the board, but now that he's dropped off, he's now back to an A+. So he should be a pretty good player for us, just not the world beater that the 5-star would be. But I mean, this is going to be a gradual process of improvement. We're not going to magically get the best players in the nation year 2 after we were an intramural team last year. Iowa State has a week 15 visit for DJ Fredrickson. He's only a JUCO transfer, junior JUCO transfer, so we'll only get him for 1 year. So I don't want to invest too heavily in him, but we're just barely ahead of Iowa State, and they've got a visit on the board, so that usually spells trouble. But I think we just keep plugging along where we are. I don't really want to send the house, and that's the best we can do, pretty much. Maybe I'll double back if we have points left over. But we do need to get another free safety on the board, and we need to add points to other recruitments to keep up. We're into the top 3 on Femi Miles, my next D-tackle target, since all the other ones didn't work out. So looking at our school grades, apparently we're up to a B- on Championship Contender. That is crazy, because I feel like we were like a D- at Championship Contender. I don't know what happened there. Apparently we're just high on the media pool now, because our blue chip ratio is still 0%, obviously. Have no 4-stars or 5-stars. But yeah, just our win streak has moved us from the last place. We were in 134, I think, when we were 2-6. But now we've won 3 in a row, and we're up to 50. So yeah, pretty good. We're apparently as close to a championship as Notre Dame. That's funny. But yeah, if that'll help recruits get to our school, I'm all for it. I did take a jump back into the prospect list and found an elusive back from St. Louis, Missouri, Hayden Dedrick, I want to say his name is. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing that Missouri is not a pipeline state, considering we are in Missouri. So I kind of want to recruit more like Missouri people, St. Louis people, to really try to get that a pipeline state so we can have influence bonuses. And no one's going after this guy, and he's looks about the same as Robbie Seitz. So I could go after both of them. Which might be what I do. Just want more Missouri kids on this team. Because when you get the Teambuilder roster, it's all the preset people, and all of them I think were from like the New England area for whatever reason. And my coach pipeline is Missouri, so I don't know why it's not a school pipeline. I don't know really how that works. But yeah, I would love to fix that. All right, recruiting is all done, so that will be all for this week. And next up, we will be playing Toledo in the season final. A lot on the line. If we win, we'll be going to a bowl game. Keep saying that every week, but got to keep winning, and we got to get into the postseason somehow. And we got to avenge our loss last year to Toledo in that game. It'll be a night game. It'll be their senior game. They're going to put up a good fight, but we needed to come ready to win. And we'll leave that in the next video. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.